lighting some sage. Gonna clear out some energy, hydrate, set some things up, wait for a few people to come in. Hope everybody is having an awesome Friday. I picked out this music, but I'm feeling like a different vibe after kind of sitting in the energy. Alright, there we are. Okay. Alright. Kind of got the vibe and the mode set. Finally got this bundle of sage eucalyptus burning. And as I'm trying to get it burning, it's hard. It's like I had to burn it so much because it's wrapped so tight. It's like concealed all of the parts that that are meant to actually catch a fire and to become inflamed and engulfed, so that it could stay set on fire. It's like some outer layers needed to fall away in order to be able to get to the core of what I'm trying to get it to do. So I feel like that's prevalent today. There's been certain situations that I've encountered and energies that I really feel like are a topic today of things I want to talk about. And a lot of it really has to do with taking back, our power by allowing certain things to fall away that no longer serve us as a whole or the mission in life that we're here to do. I feel like that there's a lot of turbulences right now and things being super exposed within the collective and individuals within our society and within our life. And that right now is just kind of a time of illuminating those things that that aren't meant to stay or stick, or that aren't going to be positively serving us. They always serve us though, right? Because when these things are happening, we're actually becoming aware of certain energies, and that is important because we live in a world that is created by this civilization, and part of our job as advanced souls and is for us to awaken to certain aspects of the world that we live in so that we could see to higher consciousness. How's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining. I got a like already. Leave a comment if you like. I love knowing who's in the chat. Alright, I'm going to open up this read. First, I am going to set an intention that throughout this read that we only we want to know about the things that are for the highest good of all. My intention is to be able to tap into the collective energy with the highest intentions, and to be able to deliver a message for those that will see this message, or in the perfect divine timing at the perfect right time. Hello. What's up, Wade? I'm glad you're in here. Arjun, did I say that right? Vij. Thank you guys for coming in here. Okay, so here we go. Holy Spirit, holy angels, benevolent beings, guardians of the galaxies, my extraterrestrials, my starseed family, my shamanic family, the draconians, calling in the dragons, most powerful warriors that are and have been seated or that are in this energy, I call on you guys now for the utmost, the messages that we need most that are going to be groundbreaking for the collective at a specific time on this timeline. Archangel Michael, I call you in to guard the gates. As I channel these messages, I demand, declare, and decree that no weapons will be formed against me or my listeners, not through any way, shape, or form, portals, or they will be cut out by Archangel Michael. There will be no interferences, though I know some will try. So, thank you, benevolent beings, for showing up. I'm doing good. Today is a new day, so I cannot complain about anything. Every day that I wake up, I try to leave the past in the past, and 90% of what humans think about when they wake up is of the day before the past. So me being cognizant of that, I really try to create my thoughts when I wake up and set an intention and work with my guides and call them in and what I need to know most and how I can move forward from that, because it's about clearing karma and it's about evolving from past situations to become a more benevolent person here, so that we can tap into different thought forms and higher consciousness, so that we can involve others within that process. Because people see us doing certain things, and it's not what we say, it's how we're being. So when we can set such a good example for others by the way we live our daily life, that's the way to go. That's what we're here to do. And I'm not saying every day we're going to be in a high state, of vibration, and we're going to have, the shit storms that roll in, but nonetheless, we are, that is supposed to happen so that we can evolve. I was daily waiting for you to come live again, but you come live when it's early morning or midnight here. So is this a good time? I'm glad you were able to catch my live. Where are you at in this world? Arjun, if that's how you say your name. Sorry if I'm botching that. 3:14 a.m. I'm so sorry. 3:14. You might want to look up that angel number. That could be very significant for you. All right. Holy Spirit, holy angels, here we go. Te sharate kreapaya nananaye te keote ashakate amanaye. Te sharakete te otototamaye. Te shopapaye nananaye keretuture te amananaye she. Azra ke drote amaye shikete apate anaya tere kreapatoyu. So mote it be. All right. The guides are here. If you guys set an intention within this live reading, and it does, there's no distance, even though that we are far away from each other, as souls, we are always connected. So you need to trust that just because I'm over here in the United States in Idaho and you're across the world does not mean we're on the same frequency. You're here, I'm here. It's meant to be. There are no coincidences. Everything is for a reason, even down to the smallest detail. About 3:14. India. And I did pronounce it right. Awesome. Thank you for watching me all the way from India. I'm so excited to have you here. Okay. So what I'm going to pull out first is the Archangel deck. I feel like we're being heavily guided and protected at this time. I feel like there are a lot of things that are going to come out and that we are evolving from. I have a card sticking up. That cannot be an accident. The Ace of Ariel. It's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, and support. A change in a job or a promotion. The Ace, the new beginning. Numero uno. I'm going to put that back in there as she comes out again. All right. Holy Spirit, holy angels, messages we need most for the collective. I'm seeing another ace. This is really standing out to me. The medicine, the Kundalini awakening, the snake rising up the spine. But what do you call that in medicine? It's like a pharmacy, or it stands for the medical field. That's really standing out. We've got the Ace of Michael. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. And here's Archangel Michael standing on this mountaintop wielding the sword, right? When we stand at a mountaintop, we have an ability to have a bird's eye view and to be able to see things that we wouldn't if we were down on the ground. Calling on our guides to be able to help us too, because they do have the sight and the deeper knowing than we do, and we do have the power to tap into that consciousness and to receive direct guidance. I feel like that's really important for somebody to know that these things that you are asking about, I feel like somebody wished upon a star, and whatever that is, because we pulled out the wish, the ace. We got 2 aces, 11. 11's my yes number. That could be very important for somebody. Number 17, the star, Archangel Yophael. There's that full moon in the back, and there's talking about that. That purple's reminding me of the crown chakra. And on the back of the card, the only banner is the purple, has the tree of life in it. I heard bare bones. A dream come true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. A wonderful new idea. Man, somebody is really working with their angels. Somebody is really talking to their guides. Somebody is setting good intentions and having forward thinking, forward movement. Moving throughout their day. Somebody really wished on this star. I cannot get my eyes off of this star right here in the back. Here it was, I thought it was a full moon. Oh my gosh, maybe somebody's actually seeing like star beings. If you look real close to it, I don't know if you guys can see it, it has like purples, greens. It looks like little star beings coming down. Whatever you wished on, that was heard. 17 is an 8. We are in the year of the 8. This is the year for your wishes to come true. I think the first part of this year, another ace, man. Another ace. Bottom of the deck, here she is again. I'm pulling it out. I heard pull it out. Ace of Ariel. It's your lucky day. New resources of money, time, and support. A change in a job or promotion. And then we have the Ace of Raphael that came out. A positive new emotional experience. Fulfilling romantic relationships. Deep and lasting spiritual insights. Guys, what's going on? This is a huge shift. We've got 3 aces on the board. 111. Angel number 111. Did you call in like every archangel? Maybe somebody's doing water divination. What do you call that? Scries into water, or working with the element of water, or working with the energy of the Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Using their emotional intelligence to be able to illuminate through the crown chakra. It's like your mind is being led by your heart. And because of that, you're using the heart. These new, you got dolphins in the back, and those are one of the highest frequency animals. And even here, look at Archangel Raphael. He's standing on a rock in the middle of a morning break of the storm. All the water and emotions coming around him, but it's being so tempered. It's almost like he's summoning and calling in the water. Nice. 5 of Gabriel. A challenge can resolve. Withdraw from drama of others. Have patience with yourself and those around you. Somebody playing a puzzle. Somebody playing a puzzle. Okay, I want to talk about we've got a lot of aces out here, and I'm actually being called to use my starseed deck before I pull on these. I see a growth in finances. I see certain attributes of thought forms that perhaps you've been shifting between. You've made a change. Maybe moving more with a positive, abundant mindset instead of the fear of money or finances or how things are going to work out. And I think that you had ability to do this by calling on your guides and communicating. Even when I even look at the Ace of Ariel, it looks like somebody who's working with their higher self, the feminine energy. Feminine energy is what we create from. You could be blonde or have dirty dishwater blonde hair. You could actually, I feel like somebody's drawn angel wings or is painting angel wings at these times, and I actually feel like these wings look exactly like this. This card is really standing out to me. Really standing out to me. And she's the first one that was upside down, the right side out in the deck. Alright, tell me about this new. We've got new. Wanted to fall out on, my nose is itching so I can feel spirit really moving in. Lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. And Archangel Michael sitting here holding a sword, and he's like, yeah, a wonderful idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder the progress. Clear up communication problems with others. And it's like, once you did that, or even did it with yourself or started to communicate and talk with yourself, you were able to pierce through something. You realized like certain situations either fell away and weren't, like you were an alchemist, you were able to alchemize within that situation. Somebody's working very closely with Archangel Michael here, calls on Archangel Michael a lot. Or even could have a soul aspect of Archangel Michael themselves. Somebody who is a warrior, somebody who's probably gone most of their life having to fight others and has gone up against a lot of lower vibrational dark deities, a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy. People, because they always seen your golden light. They've seen this. You could even have like shoulder length hair. And you got actually, this could be somebody who was heavier set and has started working out and is actually starting to get their physical form back. And previously, maybe when you were younger, you did have a good physique and maybe let yourself go for a while. The crown chakra is very important. You might wear sandals a lot. Archangel Michael is helping you lift the veil. I feel like this is a dream time too. Maybe somebody's been having dreams of Archangel Michael or working with the archangels in some aspect. Or being told, like, one time I had a dream, and in my dream I was still in the military, but I was like out on like Pearl Harbor. And there was this long dock I was running down, and we went down into the chow hall, and we were supposed to be boarding a ship, and I don't know why because I was Army, but we were supposed to be boarding the ship, and I knew that I was getting ready to deploy, but we were going on a ship, and then we were going into space, and I knew I was going into space. And it was really weird because I was down in the chow hall at the end of this big dock, and I had like quite a ways to go to get to the ship, but I knew I had enough time to grab some chow real fast, and I was in there. And this older waitress came up to me, and she goes, "Special mission, huh?" And I said, "What?" And I said, "No, I'm just trying to eat chow so I can go." I said, "We're all going on the same mission." She goes, "No, you have a special mission." And I said, "Oh, yeah?" It's basically what was happening is that other galaxies were forming without permission. It was like they were being created without the creator's knowledge. You know what I mean? He knew, but it was like these lower vibrational deities were trying to expansively expand like a different sort of conscious thought form in some way, but it was the way it formed in the astral realm was like stars and what do you call it, nebuluses kept forming. And when I was in the chow hall, the lady goes, "You're gonna need this," and she handed me, it looked like, you know, those little Tide Pods with like the freaking blue stuff in them is what it looked like. But when I looked in there, it had like this silver, I don't know, they look like sequins almost. And she goes, "When you get up there, if she goes, give this to Archangel Michael. If you need any help, just call on Archangel Michael and he'll be there to help you." So I wasn't going on the same mission as other people were going on in this dream, right? I was actually going to stop these other forces from creating new nebuluses and trying to create new galaxies and basically new planets, solar systems and stuff that weren't meant to be created at this time because it has to be in divine right time. Well, somebody found like a gateway or a portal to be able to do this, and so that was my job in the dream. But simultaneously, like, I'll never forget, it was like a clear bag and it was like water, and I opened up my little Velcro patch on the bottom of my leg, you know, where you put your magazines in, and I stuck it down in there, and I was like, "Archangel Michael," and the next thing I heard the horn blowing on the ship. and I was running, and I got to where I was running so fast, like I literally actually started flying. I didn't see wings, but like I was just so fast and fit, but I knew I just had my baby. It was interesting. It was like, I don't know how to explain that. Maybe somebody else has had something like that, or a dream to where like you really are helping and working with Archangel Michael. We're talking about a dream coming true. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. That's so interesting. Archangel Raphael, the star. And this one would fall out on Michael too. Baby steps, action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. It's like, you might not know exactly, or even I, what that dream meant completely, but it's like, don't lose hope or faith in the things that are coming out in your dreams, because they're all like little, and I talked about a puzzle earlier, right? Because they're showing me this card, and down here, she's playing a puzzle, waiting for other pieces to come into the puzzle. Thank you, angels. It's like, even when I'm looking at this, it's like we're crawling up to a certain space to be able to have this look beyond the veil, to see what our soul mission is, to be able to see what's going on with these dreams. It's like we're being able to get a deeper look, and I guess that's how they want me to put those back down there. Okay, tell me more, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Oh. The blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Man, somebody is on something, like really getting, I don't know what you let go of. I don't know, seeing right here, I see intergalactic communication. Maybe somebody's working with a federation. Number 35, that's an 8, the year of the 8. Researching for life's bigger meaning and asking the right questions. Somebody's really soul searching and seeking, like outside of this physical realm, to be able to, like I really feel like, this is going to sound crazy, but like galactic beings like might actually in a physical form approach you about a new job or a special task, or it's a privilege. Like you have been obedient to spirit. You've been obedient to like having situations where you have issues with other people. You've been able to surpass those by encompassing love, even though the ego says no, F you, I'm not dealing with this with you again. Something shifted within your own state of being to where you could be able to look at it with a new perspective, and to be able to be an alchemist in that situation, because you're having all this help, because you're working with the blue flame. Like, I found out the other day, I got a new guide, and her name is Opal, and she actually looks like ice. She is, actually, this is really a lot more of kind of what she looks like. And as we progress and transcend through some of these lessons, right? Because we're giving lessons, and it's like a game, right? This is the game of life. We're down here on a stage, and the reason that we come into physical form is like, okay, you're up next. What are you going to be able to do in this physical realm? We have to forget, and we look at it so small sometimes, like, oh, it's so hard. But you got to remember, this is a game. We're on stage right now, so you got to put on a show. You got to pull out all the stops. You ask your guides, show me what I need to see. Show me. Sit and meditate. Ask. You can never ask too much. I promise you. Like, if you want to start seeing miracles or very interesting things, like literally take physical form around you, I promise you, if you ask, like, you're gonna see. You have these beings that are helping you to take a closer look into things that you need. This is going to start throughout the mind, right? Don't always be looking for a physical experience, but everything comes from within to the outer experience. We're materializing things here. We're powerful souls. That's why all these aces are coming out. The star, I could be talking to a star seed. Star seeds are advanced civilization or advanced souls that have already been on Earth several times. Most of the time they are pretty old souls. They've done time in Lemuria and Atlantis, and they've gone through so many lessons. So when turbulence is hit on Earth here, it's easier for us to wake up a lot faster and have we come back down here to remember. We're remembering things. So when it doesn't feel as hard, like we still get like, you know, the jitters or like this is scary. What the hell am I going to do next? But like you figure it out because you're that one that always calls back on your guides. If you're somebody that's always looking at the stars and you know, wanting to be outside or have deep connections with animals and stuff, you can check my community post. I posted in there. You're most likely a starseed. If you feel like you don't fit in or you have just like an immense, overwhelming amount of love for people, and you know, there's going to be a lot of people that see your light before you even recognize what you are. And unfortunately, it's for a reason. It's part of the remembrance, because we got to get knocked down enough to where we can remember what and who we truly are and what we came here to do, right? The Ace of Ariel. Wait, it is not your time. Things are being woven. And I think that if that is a message for you, look, like you're going to have, this is us before we jump down here on this planet, right? It's like, put me in the game, boss. I'm ready. Third quarter, like tap me in. I'm ready to go. But there's some other things that are still haven't been put together. There's other karmic things that are happening right now to be able, lots of lives that are souls and that are energy are interwoven. So it takes certain things for others to go through or to cancel out or to end or to progress, to be able to where it affects us to where you're walking and you meet each other. Now you have this grandiose idea and all of these marvelous things are happening in the physical realm. And you're so close, like you're being guided. And I think some people might actually have a feeling of like, man, this never happens, you know, and was thinking that, and then slowly has been starting to see these signs and these wonders, or the birds. Like birds are really coming through really heavy right now. You know, it's so important for us just to, patience is one, and I know people hate hearing that, but patience is what grows the spirit. When we're patient and patient with ourselves that we're not getting the answers, or that, well, I don't understand that sign, or what was that number? You'll know when you're meant to know, and if not, it'll still be stored in your subconscious. So when it is time, you'll be like, serendipity. I know that. I remember that. Now I see why I went through that. I know what that was. So you're just like accumulating all these little beautiful trinkets from spirit that's being left for you everywhere, right? Maybe somebody actually is like getting more crystals, and I have this beautiful little tiger's eye pyramid right here, and I got my little turtle. Like maybe somebody's like been gathering these little things and like might even set up their own altar and be creating a new space. This is one of my favorite. A new space for where they can talk with spirit and be able to bring things to fruition. What else, Holy Spirit? I heard shuffle. I heard Cupid shuffle right now. Cupid shuffle. My sexuality is sacred. Sexuality is actually our creative energy. This is such a very sacred energy. That wanted to come out on the Ace of Michael. Wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. I feel like some might actually be practicing, you know, a lot of people just think that intercourse is exactly what it is, but it's not. You know, in that moment of creation when two souls are entangled within each other's energies and are having the same feelings and thoughts, like that's where babies come from. I'm serious. I found a really cool, I dig into a lot of stuff like that. I like knowledge and I like to understand. My book is like a brain. My brain is like a book of just everything that I've watched and absorbed, and the audiobooks and the podcasts and life experiences. So that came out for a specific reason. My sexuality is sacred. That also could be somebody who is actually figuring out or finding out new things about their sexuality. I feel like somebody might have been a specific gender in a past life, and in this life is having a hard time embodying the gender that you are, because you resonate with a woman so deeply, or with a man, and somehow maybe you feel like that's kind of set you off on your it's actually put you into your spirituality more because of all of the lashback that you get, and everything happens for a reason. I feel like I needed to say that. Everything wants to fall on Archangel Michael. My aura is magnetic to golden opportunities. All these cards want to talk about beautiful, wonderful new things that are coming in. got the star. Dreams come true when you believe in yourself. A wonderful new idea. A positive new emotional experience. It is your lucky day. It is your lucky day. Bottom of the deck, I am protected by Source. Through all of your endeavors, when you call on your ancient ancestors and your divine masters and the teacher within, you're always being protected. The world is blessed to have you here. Somebody needed to hear that. What you're about to do or what you're doing or what you're seeking into is different. Even if it's just within your own family line that you were born into. You're bringing and planting seeds for those to come. And remember, there's a possibility karmically that you might end up back into that fly wanted. I was called here on a mission, man, and this one always wants to come out. I was called here on a mission. You know, where there's a will, there's a way. But you want to clean up that DNA, that bloodline that you're in right now. It's genetics. It's DNA. That's where our Akashic records is stored within our DNA system, right? That's everything we once were, will be, every thought, everything that's happened to us, everything, every gift, every talent that we have. So when we're able to let go of hatred or spite or certain attributes that we were kind of born into and raised with, you start to unlock certain gifts that you had that are already within you, and you start advancing. And they're called ascension. You'll know when you're going through an ascension symptom, like headaches, or you're changing the foods that you like to eat. That's how you know you're ascending to a higher level of consciousness. Consciousness is a major frequency of the Christ, the God source energy, and it's where we can just tap into everything, the telepathy, knowing things, psychic, medium, all the clairs, healers. That's what we're here for, and we're unlocking these within our body as we're cleaning up past traumas or insecurities, codependencies, addictions. I was an addict for a long time, off and on with a lot of different substances, and through that is what really, man, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for having that awakening through addiction, man. I'm so grateful. Even when I was still hitting the pipe, even after, I would still be asking Jesus Christ, like, please take this from me, please take this from me. Like, you said if you ask, and I did, and I'll tell you what, I ended up with my light language. I ended up, my heart was so conflicted about everything that I had done in my life. And I was just so grateful. I had so much gratitude for everything that I had been given, even those experiences, because I still knew, even as an addict, that I had the eyes to see and that I would become a part of this light army and working for Christ. I've had people prophesy over my life, saying, you'll come from the back of the pews to the front of the church, that I'm a remnant of the last days. And then I'm like, I don't even know what the hell that is. And as I was sitting in church, I had to break every thought form that I had been programmed with, either by myself or the society that I lived in. It's impeccable the amount of things we pick up from our environment, and that we allow it to grow on us. They're seeds, So when we become more aware, self-aware of how we're feeling, how we treat others, how we talk to ourselves, we put up a protection barrier, especially when we start talking with our guides. We've got Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Ariel, all out here with the aces and the star, talking about, we've been here the whole time. You've never been alone. You've never walked this journey alone. The day that you realized that you had guides and that you could call on us, like, this is what we do. We're just sitting up here like this, like, God, I hope she asks or he asks for help today. Like, this is so my speciality. Like, I could literally move some things around energetically for them, but they just won't call on us because we have free will. We have to invoke our spirit guides. Hey, I'm calling on you for the highest good of all. Please move some things around me or help me to understand this lesson so that I can grow through it, right? You want to be able to keep knocking out these lessons so you can ascend to a higher level. It is warm here in Idaho today. I thought it was going to be like 70s. It's feeling a lot more like the 80s. You pulled out 17 card when it was 317. 7, 8, 9, 10. The 11, that is my yes number. Year of the 8. I wonder if you're not the year of the dragon. You might check that in Chinese astrology. What up, Melissa? Howdy, brothers and sisters at work, but I'm sneaking in. I love you, Melissa. You're like seriously the bee's knees. Your video is being uploaded, by the way, for your personal read, so I'm super excited for you. When you got to sneak to watch your favorite oracle reader at work, you got to sneak in that earpod and like cover up with all the hair, right? I have an earpod in all day. I will say, like, I like specific tarot readers. I have people that my guides draw me to. Right now, there's this guy named Wes that I absolutely adore. And there's this other gal. She has a little froggy that she always pulls up in the beginning. And let me talk about star seeds. So awakened. Like, I'll share some of their content. If you guys want to hear some amazing, like, super woke readers that aren't talking about, like, you have your collective, you know, and I'm not here to judge or to bash anybody, but that talk about the same things over and over, and it's just kind of like, you know, we're not here to knock down other people. We're not here to deteriorate other people's souls. We're here to bring enlightenment. So it's important that, you know, it is important to stand in your truth, but at the same time, you know, you just pray for those people and you hope that they awaken. You know, everybody has a YouTube dream. I had a dream. But I think that those that really just seek from the heart and have gone through a lot, I feel like there actually is a lot of people that watch me that have thought about having a channel and just don't feel like they have the confidence to do it. Let me tell you, I didn't have the confidence to do it either. And now that I've met so many wonderful souls on here, and like you guys, I love you so much and I'm so grateful. Doing personal readings for you guys and getting to know you on an energetic level, like, we're more aligned than you think. And there's a reason you're watching my channel. I'm holding this book, so I feel like that I am going to talk about some psychic abilities here while we're talking about those that have come to awaken and those that are receiving higher messages. I feel like there's some actually that work with the unicorns and the dragons, and some that actually talk to the fae. I feel like there are others of you that actually communicate with the stars and the galactic beings. Hummingbirds are coming to my mind right now. For the collective, what we need to know most, please. This deck is so awkward to shuffle because it's just packed filled with knowledge. Here we go. One more. I love it when my guides are like, keep going. And I'm like, these are like a book long. You got the mind with a book in it though, don't you? You guys ever talk to your guides and just kind of like, the bottom. They're like, you're so sassy. Like, they already know your attributes. They already know that you're, you know, you're hard-headed son of a bitch, or that you're going to be like, I told you shouldn't do that. And you're like, I'm going to touch the boat anyways. I'm going to do it. All right, we got number 59, glimpse the horizon. Occasionally, your sixth sense will strike like lightning on a dark night, briefly illuminating the distant horizon. A hint about what's possible months or years from now. Set your internal compass by the flash of insight while focusing on the path directly under your feet. Nurture the future by taking thoughtful actions. That is powerful. A hint about what possibly months or years from now might happen. That is interesting. Trust your inner wisdom. And I put that, right now I feel like this is going to be a very important card. Adopt and adapt rituals, intuitive rituals. Number 64, and that's number 59. Rituals are not necessary to access your intuition, but for some people, rituals may heighten, encourage, or focus intuition. Rituals can be as simple as lighting, something about lightning, huh? Lighting a candle, saying a prayer, placing your hand over your heart, ringing the bell, or sitting in a certain spot. Adapt the rituals of others. And you know what? A ritual, all it is something that you do repeatedly. Every time before, like, I sit at this table, I'll light my sage, I light my candles, I'll clear my cards while I'm here. Like, I'll start getting thoughts in my mind because this is now programmed to sitting here. This shed was new when I first started my channel, so when I got out here, it kind of felt a little chaotic, and now I kind of have, you know, the rhythm. Set up the camera, put the laptop, put on the music of whatever it's going to be. Rituals are very important because they do help unprogram the this mind up here that's so programmed. Glean possibilities, not predictions. Use your sixth sense to explore your options regarding an issue. While some relationships experiences may be faded, many more are dynamic, involving greater choice, flexibility, and freedom. Life happens organically due to collective shifts and individual free will. Not everything can be predicted. Co-create the future by taking a calculated, healthy risk. And that's when we come in and we're talking about fate. Like, there's some things, even, let's just say that you really like your job and you really love where you work, and, but it's comfy, it's hard for, this is the way my spiritual teacher, we talked about this the other night. She goes, if you're in a big, nice recliner with your feet kicked back and you have a big, tall drink on ice and a bunch of snacks and your favorite show, you're not going to want to get up and do anything. You're so comfortable. And sometimes it takes the universe to send a big-ass back slap to your face for you to wake up and get you out of that chair. And then, to get us going, because we really are creatures of habit. We like to be comfortable. We like to stay where it's easy because, right, life can be hard. So when we have those moments, it's okay to embrace those when you're having them, but at the same time, it's important that we're also doing work. You're not going to meet people sitting in your house. So if you're at this job and you really like it and it's mundane, right? It's good money. You don't have to do too much. You have your same coworkers that, the universe is probably going to make something fall apart somewhere for you, or the business shuts down and you no longer can work there. You know what I mean? You have to find a different job, or some attributes are going to happen. And the fact that you're there with a certain amount of other people, those same people could have a big calling too. You never know it, considering the fact that you're at the same place at the same damn time. So this could all be happening for reasons, because we got to push forward, right? That definitely came through for somebody. I want to set that ritual one out and read from the book. Number 64. That's a 10. Now as I open up on 10, clairvoyance. Somebody could be very clairvoyant. Clairvoyance is one of the 4 primary psychic pathways: seeing, hearing, knowing, and feeling intuitive guidance in your system. Clairvoyance, seeing images in our mind, and clairaudience, hearing a calm and gentle voice in our mind, are the rare psychic gifts and pathways. Yet clairvoyance is a pathway you can more easily play with opening. You've drawn this card as encouragement to do just that. Clairvoyant images can be straightforward, like seeing an image in your mind's eye of your favorite coastline when wondering where to go on vacation. Or these images could be symbolic and require interpretation, like seeing a fox in your mind's eye before meeting with your manager, suggesting you need to be strategic and keen, just like a fox spirit animal, to achieve your goal. I read that for somebody. Some of these messages, not every message on here will be for you. For some, they will all be for you. For some, it's just a learning tool or something you needed to hear at that time. If it doesn't resonate with you, just leave it for somebody else. The expanded meaning of adopt and adapt intuitive rituals. As a professional intuitive who has done readings for thousands of clients all over the world, I can assure you that there's no special ritual required to access your intuition. However, you might have certain rituals that remind you that it is time to quiet your mind, ground your focus, and tune in. Before I speak to a client, I go to my office, close the door, sit down in a special spot on an oversized mustard-colored velvet cushion on the floor. Ugh. The plush cushion is about 2 feet wide and over 5 feet long, and I call it my magic carpet. It's perfect for laying out oracle cards and organizing the notes I take while I'm meditating on a client before our call. The only time I sit in a part of my office is when I'm giving a reading, so that in itself could be defined as an intuitive ritual. Rituals can be very simple, and they can also be fun. You can get powerful intuitive hits anytime, and the most powerful ones come when you least expect it. Yet meditating, listening to nature's sound, lighting a candle, soaking in a tub, taking a walk, or sitting in a special spot might serve as a ritual, helping remind you that it's time to quiet your mind, ground and focus, and tune into your sixth sense. Take note of any intuitive rituals you already have, which you may not even be aware of. Rituals may be started out unintentionally and over time draw their power and importance from habitual employment. I sit on during interesting, the magic carpet I sit on during readings in my office was first purchased at a daybed cushion for a spare room. And after returning the daybed frame, I decided to keep the cushion. Many years ago, I was listening to a famous inspirational author answering calls on the radio show. One particular caller that day, distraught, asked for advice. The author replied, "Hold on, I want to grab this little heart-shaped stone I have before I answer your question. Sometimes holding it helps me tune into a deeper wisdom." The little heart-shaped stone, the author explained, was nothing special itself. It had simply become, over years, a tactical reminder to quiet the mind, ground focus, and tune in. The author was not a famous psychic, and out of a dozen of books they never published, one of the sixth sense as the theme. Yet, they had a ritual to connect with their intuition. Pulling this card suggests you may benefit from having an intuitive ritual or two, just like this famous author. Try calling on a benevolent spiritual force to anchor you. That is very important for somebody that I'm talking to right now. Or saying a prayer as a ritual. Ask others about their intuitive rituals or simply observe other rituals to adopt and adapt. Begin in the morning ritual where you draw an oracle card of your favorite deck and notice the intuitive hits throughout the day and how the card relates to your life. Well, that was the longest book I've ever read right now on this show, but that definitely is for somebody. Maybe somebody is really thinking about how to expand on their own intuitive abilities. And you know, I have a lot of people who compliment me on my abilities to work with spirit, and I can't really say it's ever just been one thing other than I'm very curious. Like, my curiosity gets the best of me all the time. I have an innate need to know. And a lot of it has been in my life, where I'm headed, why do I see these things? And the more that, like, my family knocked it or didn't approve of it or thought it was the devil, you know, because they're very Christian, the more I wanted to do it, because I have a defiant spirit about me that I am very rebellious. So right now, maybe if somebody's wondering how you're going to get to having these new beginnings, so somebody already had a wonderful new thought, an idea. Maybe somebody, when you get goosebumps, I'm being told right now, that's spirit working with you. Or somebody who does that, you know, when you get the weebie-jeebies, like, pay attention to what you're thinking about, or anything that you are looking at, or the feeling, or people by you. Right now, my right ear just went, like, completely deaf. Alright. My left leg's, like, burning in the sun down here. Why have you removed the stream where you did a reading for me? I used to listen to that once a day. It used to give me positivity. If you let me know, was it the night I was in all the green? I had a few things get flagged and come back, so I have 2 videos that actually have been flagged and I have to edit. So if that is in there, I will get in there and edit that for you. That's really good to know. Thank you for letting me know. Hey Taylor, what's up? No way I'm missing this live. Never have a favorite oracle reader until I saw yours. Thank you so much. My son works with dragons. That's awesome. That's something I'm, like, so interested in. My neighbor has a dog, and this dog is a dragon. I'm telling you, like, it's crazy. 222 on the clock, she says. Oh, and then we got 333. 33 is my favorite. My license plate number is actually customized it, Angel 33. The number of the Christ consciousness. What frequencies are we activating right now within our being? Ooh, number 10, authority. Taking our power back, asserting ourselves in our own situations, and reminding ourselves of the power that we hold within. We are innate divine beings. Romantic love. Activating the frequency of romantic love. Boy, that one sure always likes to come out, doesn't it? And the root chakra, number 1, right? Everything comes from grounding these energies first. The root chakra, the frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on the physical plane, both in our bodies as well as in the physical world. And I was watching a podcast the other day, and she was talking about how important our physical bodies actually are to the spiritual body, because we have a lot of stuff to get done, and when we're constantly fighting in the spirit, our physical bodies take a hit. When we start ascending, like we get these other symptoms, whether it's like achiness, our bones, our legs. You know, some people, they feel different with their hair, their teeth, like it's all a part of, you know, unlocking DNA. And like I told you guys on a lot of other reads, that Christ consciousness is very, it's a powerful energy. And these bodies, you know, at this point, later on down throughout incarnation, it'll be a lot better. Our bodies will be able to hold that power, you know, through upgrading our DNA while we're here, unlocking it before we pass away, right? Which is another reason that we're here. We'll be able to ground more powerful energies and to seed them down here and come in a lot more awakened than we are right now. Which we already, when we incarnate here, we're already awakened as babies. We know it just kind of falls away when the world gets a hold of us. So we kind of have to relearn, unfortunately. The frequency that's supporting us in this shift is the frequency of authority that reminds us to be true in our authority because it holds power, direct and realizing, yet receptive, wise, and loving. Reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. Can't just go around there slaying this sword of Michael around, like slashing and gashing at people because we're a lot wiser. That's not how we help people wake up, right? Being loving, it's not hard to be loving. If it's hard for you to be loving, then there's something within you that feels unloved or that you need to look at, because it's hurt, and hurt doesn't allow us to love other people the way that we want to be loved. We have to, when we're interacting with other people, you really need to put yourself, think about your worst mistakes that you've made and the times that you've let people that you really love down in your ignorance or in your youth or just out of low self-worth for yourself, whether you were drinking or whatever, or just having a bad day, the things that we can say that affect other people. And people remember the way you treat them. People remember how you make them feel, you know, and then that they hang on to that. So it's so important in our communications with each other that we, if you can't say something at that time, you'll find the time. You can ask your guides, give me the words to say and to put these feelings that I have and to emotionally balance out this situation that I have within myself so that I can be benevolent and loving to the people that you don't want to come back and have a karmic repetitive cycle with these people. You know, if you have a mom that you're not close with, or, you know, certain things have happened throughout your life, even if you can just forgive them and truly mean it in your heart and work on your heart chakra, do some heart chakra meditations, listen to the frequency of the heart chakra. Really, everything that is beautiful comes through the heart. It does. Everything comes through the heart. That's where the awakening happens. Number 39. 12 could be an important number for somebody. You could be born in December. Romantic love. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience with a reflection of a conscious lover. A lot of the times our lovers will mirror each other. Unfortunately, it's at different times throughout our existence in this lifetime. We'll take turns going through our own stuff, and that's so important that we do have grace for ourselves, as if that person that's in that situation with you, as if it was yourself, you know, and understand it doesn't mean you have to stay in that situation, but don't leave it nasty. Don't leave it like you didn't get anywhere. Understand that, you know, some people are just unawakened and unhealed, but you can still tell them, you can spread wisdom and you can enlighten them on certain things that you've learned about patience and about you know, why you want to see things change and how important it is if they treat themselves better, or, you know, it's important for us to alchemize tough situations and help and show other people how to do it by us doing it ourselves. Let's bring out the spirit animal deck. Whoever I'm talking to, you need to trust your inner wisdom on any situation that you're going through at this time. Know that when people are in your auric field, you have this ability to influence their energy, not by infringing upon their free will, but by them embracing a piece of enmeshment with what you are. And if you are in a loving happenstance and you recognize the blessings in your life and you have gratitude, other people are going to pick up on that in your energy, because we all have, oh, no, it's a bee. I don't do bees. Sorry, guys. It's still by me. Sorry. I'm not playing with the bees. Homie, don't do bees. You want to see a girl move quick around here? I don't do the wasps, man. Those things hurt. At first I thought it was a fly. Yeah, no. Wow, so we were talking about getting up and getting out of our seat and moving forward, right? That definitely, man, I couldn't get out of the seat fast enough to get away from that. That also could be important for somebody to know when enough is enough, or what you don't enmesh with, or what what doesn't work for you. Homie doesn't do bees. The wasp. I wonder what the spiritual significance of a wasp is. All right. Talking about authority, new beginnings, about having a wonderful new idea. What spirit animals are working with us in this shift of the new idea? You got to be kidding me. The dragon. The dragon. Passion. The dragon is a reminder of your strong will and fiery personality. It is also a symbol of passion and fire. You are being asked to practice self-control and be cautious so that your passion does not lead you into trouble. And I wanted to set that by my sexuality as sacred for some reason and over the top of authority. What other spirit animals? Romantic love in the star. Lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything that is out of alignment must go. A dream is going to come true, that you need to believe in yourself. Wow. The eagle, the vision. This card's been wanting to come out a lot. I don't know if where you guys are at you have eagles or ability to see them. They're very few and far in between here. We have a lot of hawks here. It is time to look inward with an attentive eye. Allow your heart to guide you. The opportunities you never dreamed were possible will present themselves when you least expect it. So get ready for greatness. And we're sitting here talking about the star with Archangel Raphael. Using a childlike expression, number 12. That's where it starts right there. You look at a kid, they're so fearless, man. They'll run right out into the yard, jump off the trampoline, jump into big old water puddles, not knowing where the bottom of it is at. Having this cosmic knowledge, right? Because I was just talking about as babies, when we come in, we already have all the knowledge that we need. We're already awake and aware. My spirit guide, that's called my spiritual leader, a spirit guide. That's interesting. She'll love that. She was talking to me about doing a meditation of going back into the womb and what it was like being birthed. And that's something I'm going to try. You know, we're given this knowledge for a reason, and it's important that the universe is giving us certain things for us to move and to act on. The cosmic knowledge. It's time to look inward. It's time to look inward. Anything else for this triple ace out here? I was called on a mission, playfulness. This is a reminder not to take things too seriously and bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. You don't have to carry energy that's not meant for you to carry, right? Sometimes other people's stale, stagnant attitudes or just their way of being has an ability to rub off on us, you know. I like to say, and I know that the shadow doesn't dim the light. The light exposes the shadow. We don't transform back into shadow. Once we're awakened, we're awakened. But it does take work. It does take us, it's only as hard as you think it's going to be to wake up. It's not, it's a state of mind. Everything is a state of mind. If we want to stay stuck and we want to say, man, you know, I got to meditate or I got to do this, man, when you're in the shower washing your hair or shaving your legs if you're a female or shaving your beard as a man, there's a time, you know, you're always thinking. And when I say meditate, it's just like set an intention with your guides. Please bring me in the inner wisdom and the knowledge that I need at this time. Why am I keep thinking about this? Ask the questions. Cosmic knowledge, number 28. That's another 10. Memories. Cherish the memories of loved ones. I feel like somebody's actually curious if their loved one is around them. Or maybe that when I talked about being in the shower, the bathroom for somebody, somebody really feels like that's when they kind of get messages. I'm seeing somebody in a mirror. A feeling of a loved one. And you know how I was talking about getting the goosebumps or the chills or it like gets colder by your leg? I'm seeing the left leg for some reason for somebody who sits in a chair. That, yes, that is a passed on loved one. For somebody actually feel like you lost a daughter and a child young, it could have been in a car accident. For others of you, for another person, I feel like this was more of like anywhere from a toddler to about 5-6 years old. Somebody that I feel like you left their room set up in the way that it was, and maybe you never took their toys and stuff down. I'm hearing daddy's little girl, so maybe you go to the ocean or to the beach and remember them, or maybe that's where you spread her ashes, or maybe you haven't spread the ashes yet and are waiting to. I don't know what kind of flower that is in her ear, but maybe that will mean something to somebody. Lilac could also be important for somebody else. Cherish the memories, yes, absolutely. It's important that, remember, when souls pass on, they're still tied to us here. When we think about them, it's important. They'll always be a part of us. You know, they always will. Death isn't, there's no death. You know, they're on the other side looking and entangling and interacting with us if they haven't incarnated yet. Again, for this specific person, I don't feel like this child has incarnated again. I actually feel like this is probably one of your guides. A very old soul. And this was something that was planned to help you wake up through an immense amount of pain. And for whoever that is, my condolences. Maybe there's something about a white pony or a white horse. Or maybe this child always wanted to ride a horse. Self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. I think a lot of us have gotten to a point where sometimes we have become codependent just on certain things, like having the TV, you know, if your electricity or TV goes out, it's like, now what do I do, you know? You need to empower yourself to keep moving throughout the day. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What have you not done that you want to do? And maybe you're not doing these things because you don't want to because you don't want to make anybody else feel like, you know, if you're in a relationship where there's jealousy or, you know, codependency, it's like you're being stifled from being able to be your true essence of yourself. Or maybe you're just finding your self-reliance, that you're resilient, more resilient than you thought, that you're transforming through that scenario that I just described about allowing others to stifle your spiritual growth and insight. If you look at her, she has a huge crown on her head, which makes me think of the crown chakra, like really opening up for somebody here. I see these butterflies down here in this card that are symbolizing to me transformation. This person might also work with the Fae. And this could also be somebody that is wanting to have a child. And is maybe even wondering if they will have a child. Maybe that's what that star was, is somebody wished on a star to have a baby. I don't know why I heard adoption in my head. Enlightenment. If that is part of your situation, that there is enlightenment coming to you for whatever reason that this is, that you have not gotten pregnant, if that is your situation, or enlightenment about the community, the civilization that you are seated within. Enlightenment, pursue spiritual growth. That the more, maybe that certain things just aren't coming through right now, because if you had them, you know, in the physical realm, if you had these certain things or it was easy, you wouldn't be growing spiritually. Spirit says, when you asked to come down here, you asked to wake up, and you knew that this would be a part of your contract, which is these hard things. You have free will and free choice. What did that card say about making the next, the wisest step? Not everything can be predicted. Co-create the future by taking a calculated, healthy risk. Maybe there's somebody on here that does do a lot of divination or is addicted to tarot and is always looking for answers outside of that, which is good. But you have to remember, you know, it's like when you're not on that, maybe you feel like you're not receiving the messages, but you are. Because they are already within you. I feel like you do have psychic abilities. I do feel like I'm talking to a healer and somebody that can do magic work with the hands. Whether that's healing energy in other people, or literally, like, it's going to sound crazy, but like if somebody's legs broke, you can literally put your hand on it and like quantum heal it. This lady has 3 arms. It's like you have a helping hand. It's so interesting. Yeah, because you were called here on a mission. You can celebrate and let go and go have fun. Things need to be be more lighthearted. Spirit says, come have fun with us. Come play in the wind. Come sing in the rain. Come dance in the moonlight. Go do the things that you want to do. Take an adventure. Go climb a tree. I feel like somebody's been actually probably maybe climbed a tree that hasn't climbed a tree in a long time since they were a kid. Because I want you to know that there are new beginnings coming. It's a beginning to your new life. These are things that you're going to do as you start to trust this enlightenment that's coming to you, your spirit guides. As you start embracing the memories that you have. Remember, we're here to remember certain things about our life and the things that we were here to do. Somebody's really asking about this, and I feel like actually somebody's been really asking about a past life. Like, what was their most recent past life? Why does everything in this lifetime feel like you're picking up the pieces? It's because you are. You could even, they're showing me this card again, you could have died young in a past life, and now there's other things that you're healing. Maybe you were a guide in a past life and now you're down here. So for some of you, like, you're so on it, you're so resilient and self-reliant. It's like you hold natural amounts, huge amounts of quantum wisdom and knowledge. Like, it doesn't take much for you to tap in. Maybe you had a really fast awakening, or now that you're starting to awaken, or on a certain, this could be your third or fourth awakening, something about the blue flame, like you're heavily, heavily, heavily protected, like you're royalty. Like I hear the queen of the crop. So you are a very enlightened soul, old soul. Sustenance. Harmony. Yeah, I feel like, and you've been triggered into your awakening probably by putting up with a lot of hard stuff. But like I was talking about earlier, you're probably somebody that was able to shift through these hard times quite easily because of your resilience. Not that it didn't suck or you weren't sad or you didn't feel let down by others. It's just like you always have known that you have a bigger calling, that wherever you were at, you always knew that you wouldn't be there long if you were in a certain situation. I also feel like that this person or people that I'm talking to, you've experienced an extreme amount of loss throughout your life. And for somebody, I specifically feel like that is pets. And maybe when you were a kid, you used to like collect butterflies or ladybugs. That could be really, I'm hearing the name Betty and Patricia. Like that could be something that really means a lot to you. Somebody might have had a pet peacock growing up, or went to like a certain doctor's office or establishment. Somebody maybe had tap dancing lessons is coming through where they had peacocks out in the yard. Some of you actually feel like you talked to your pets when you were younger, like, and you're remembering, or birds. Give me some more to talk about for the collective, please, Holy Spirit. The sword and a rose, clarity and truth, revelations, honor and protection, determination, and there it is. I'm hearing that song, Every Rose Has Its Thorn. You can't love how beautiful a rose is without appreciating the thorns too, right? Maybe somebody has a tattoo of a rose on them, or their name is Rose, or lost somebody with the name Rose. Maybe your name in a past life was actually Rose. The sword and the rose. Maybe somebody's cutting their roses today. Bottom of the deck, the phoenix. New phase, a rekindle, renew and growth, changed mind, rise from the ashes. Yes, sir. Because that's what we'd be doing here. We'd be rising. The phoenix. So I got that tattooed right there. Always to remind me to rise up. The runner. Somebody actually starting to work out. I feel like maybe somebody who's watching this just did get done working out, because I feel starting to feel sweaty, like on my chest area. Hey Portuguese, what's up, girl? I'm doing great. Spiritual significance of a wasp is control over your life circumstances and signifies evolution, progress, development, and order. Thanks, Essie. What does a wasp meaning as a spiritual animal? Involvement, order, development, teamwork. Yeah, my ass was out. I was out of here. Google it. The first website to pop up said wasp as symbols of protection from evil or harm, like an angel guarding you in some way. In Asian countries, for example, people often respect wasps because they protect crops from pests by eating them up. This suggests that if you find yourself with a buzzing around your home, it could be a sign that a higher power is watching over you. Hi, Tanya. Hey, I like that. Okay. I'm going to pull out a, I almost wanted to say a magic trick, right? That's so funny. It's so nice outside. I've set up the little sensory table for, have our granddaughter over here. While I'm talking to you guys, I want to let you know that I really feel, and I've noticed and recognized in a lot of situations today, actually had somebody who was brought to my house who was running from her husband with a kid, and that my other friend brought her over here, and he was threatening to kill her and her child and all children down at this park. And we got that situated and got her, you know, she was so terrified to do it, to leave him, and you know, the way he's been treating her, and she's just crying. And I said, today, I promise you, will be the last day that you will endure this again. Like, this is the hardest thing you'll ever do, but today is the day that you will actually get to break free from this abuse. You know, he's shoved her down, and she'll fold clothes, and he can't find a certain pair of, you know, item, and he'll just throw it all over the floor. Everything she's folded throughout the day. I mean, just cruel. Showed up at the park and ripped her phone out of her hand, and, you know, threatened to hurt all the children down there at the park, and to kill himself too. And I don't take kindly to that, because I'm a mama cancer bear, and I have 7 kids of my own. So I told her, I was like, we're going to do, and I'm not, you know, I grew up in the hard knock life and the streets and stuff. I am not a snitch, but I told her, I said, you know, this is about protecting. We have a divine right here to protect others. And if we don't encourage other people to stand up and to protect themselves, and to give them the courage to do it themselves, that it is so hard. Man, it's so hard for them. And what could actually happen to her, as far as you know, if she ended up dying. And I just said, you know, it's okay. It's not okay. Nobody deserves to get treated like that. Nobody deserves to get hands put on them, period. So I had my friend, you know, she took one of our other vehicles, and I shit you not, when he ripped his phone out of her hand, it was her phone, ripped out of his hand, then he calls my friend's phone. So I answered it. And I said, what's going on, buddy? And he wanted to, he's like, I want to talk to my wife. And I said, well, you could talk to her, but you ripped the phone out of her hand. I said, what's going on with this situation? He's like, you know what, I don't need a, I said, well, you're not going to treat women like this. I said, your wife doesn't want to talk to you. Your kid's absolutely terrified. Your wife's absolutely terrified. And I can hear him driving around. I said, you're not going to find her. I said, so no matter where you drive to, you're not going to find her. He goes, oh yeah, is that so? Is that so? And I said, see, man, that's your problem right there. When you're threatening to kill kids and do this, I said, I don't need a counselor. I don't need a fucking counselor. And I said, well, a therapist. I said, maybe you do need a therapist, to be quite honest. And I said, and if you want to talk, I'm one hell of a therapist. And he's like, look, I'm not going to do anything to him. I just want him to come home. I need him to be at the house. And I said, look, dude, I'm a psychic medium. I'm going to tell you right now, you are very dangerous. And if she's going to go home, you're going to do something to hurt them, so they're not going home, and you're not going to find them. Well, he took the wife's phone and ripped it out of her hand at the park. So he was calling the other friend's phone. Well, she's in the contacts under Snap, so he actually ended up driving by my house, because he found her on Snap Maps. Well, they had just left like 15 minutes before, and he like whips a big, you know, like, my husband and I, we're both veterans. Like, you might not want to come stampeding around here threatening to kill, because that's a really good reason to get, you know, in some serious trouble. We have 3 cops that live on my road, and then, you know, our parents at the end of the road, my husband's parents, they're both veterans, and we have like an entire arsenal down there. So I'm like, not that I'm threatening to kill anybody, I would never do that, or you know what I mean, but I'm like, you're going to end up getting hurt yourself, because you're just completely out of it. So I just really felt like, and in other situations just like that I've been observing, like, we have to be a voice for others when they don't have it in situations like that. She was crying so hard, and she's like, I said, what are you scared of, babe? And she's like, it's just, I don't feel like I can get away and get safe. And I know that feeling. I know exactly what that feels like. I've been in that situation in my past. And if you find yourself in a situation of people going through hard things, and you've been there, it is your due diligence, and it is your duty as an awakened light being to be able to protect others and to encourage them to get the protection that they need, no matter how scared they are, because that lower vibrational entity that's on him will just continue to, it's controlling that guy's mind. When you're at such a low vibrational frequency, you're fair game for all of those deities, you know? So I just wanted to share that. I don't know why I shared that with you guys. I felt like, well, it came through. It was channeled. So everything's for a reason. So if you're encountering people that are in situations like that, please build them up, man. Give them a hug. Let them know that they're safe. Your energy is so powerful. When you hug other people and you know somebody's going through domestic, something harsh like that, and the kid was just absolutely terrified. He's like 8 years old, didn't want to leave his mom, and everything was being talked about around him, and I didn't want that, and I tried to get him to go play with my kids, and that stuff just, man, that's why we're here as light workers. We're here to build up the masses of the light. We're here to cast a light on that shadow. Like karmically, especially being a full moon, this guy's gonna go to jail. He literally went to my friend's house, and she's got cameras, so we caught him on camera taking license plates off her vehicle. So either way, he's gonna go do some jail time. But the divine, we are divine. It's our job to intervene and to help others in situations like that. So that's kind of all I wanted to say about that. But yeah, very heartbreaking situation. Solar plexus chakra. It is safe for you to be powerful and to take charge in your life in positive ways. If you get nervous, focus on service. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. Is that interesting how we were just talking about that? Spirit never stops surprising me. Never. Okay. Divine Masters. Man, I don't even know how to say that name if I was going to, but it's the card of Transcending Fears. Pretty interesting looking gal. I love that eye on her forehead. If it wouldn't wreck my moneymaker, I probably would get an eye tattooed on my forehead just because I love the eye so much. Shit, I got it tattooed on my hand. They call me Casey Third Eye. Alright, here we go. Ascended Masters. What Ascended Masters are working with this collective at this time? The most powerful message for the greatest good of all. Wow. And that is exactly what that is. Mary Magdalene, Sacred Vessel. You are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. Be guided. How cool is that? Maybe somebody works with Mary Magdalene or has an essence of the Mary Magdalene spirit. Wow, it just opened right up to her too. My crown chakra's going off, man. You're the answer. Be guided to your purpose. Mary Magdalene, or Mary of Magdala, was one of the original followers of Jesus Christ. It is said and has been recorded that she had the first vision of the risen Christ when she went to the tomb on Easter morning. And it was through this vision that he revealed to her his sacred teachings and initiated her as a teacher. She was the apostle to the apostles. And it is therefore through her that a pivotal aspect of the original teachings of Christ have reached the world. Wow, somebody's seeding some information here. Mary was a highly sensitive clairvoyant, and it has been speculated that she was the partner/wife, divine consort of Jesus. I think that what I'm hearing now is in the spiritual realm. What do you call that? A spiritual wife or husband. If Jesus was the vehicle for Christ's energy, Mary was the vehicle for the Magdala, a powerful feminine force that renders all beings equal and helps the world see that the voices of the feminine are not only important, but the sacred force that can save the world from ruin. That's why I just told you guys that story. Your message. You are the answer you seek. You hold the treasures, the magic, and the mystery. Right now, you are being encouraged to recognize that you are a valuable part of the universe's plan. If you have a strong desire to share what you have learned, it is time to do so. This can be scary at sometimes overwhelming because putting yourself out there can leave you open to scrutiny, but if you are comfortable with your gifts and teachings, you hold a sacred energy that allows others to see you clearly. The light of the Magdalene is surrounding you now and encouraging you to recognize that the healing you have experienced is actually what you are here to teach. Man, that gives me goosebumps on my whole body. Take some time to reflect on what you have overcome and see that the experience can help many. Your personal testimony can move others and even mountains. Lean on your Creator and know that you are being called to be a vessel for the sacred. Wow. Was that not powerful or what? That is absolutely amazing. And you know, what did she say right there? Um, and I was talking to some of you who want to start a channel and start sharing your experiences. And what you have inside of you is so magical and so unique that it matches up with others that will directly align with you. That when you share your experiences, YouTube's not hard to start. You literally set up a channel just like you did for this, and you start uploading shorts, is what I did. I would record short little videos until I got 50 subscribers, and then finally I was able to start going live. If you have the time, you can do it. In nature, you don't have to pull cards. You can just, if you want to, you can. I wasn't comfortable. I didn't even know, like, a lot of people have certain ways they pull cards. I just pull them out. What comes out, and then I have the gift of just, big orb. I have the gift of just working with guides. Like, sometimes I was so worried, guys, when I got on here, like, what if it doesn't come through, or what if I look like an idiot, and it's like, Spirit, by being faithful and continuing to do it anyway, Spirit has given me, entrusted me with more intuition, more light, and more consciousness to be able to share and to do it from a heart space. Like, all of you have these same abilities. All of you who are watching this, you have been through so much in your life. You have no idea what lives you could save by speaking up. Even if it's at work, man, or even if you don't be rushed. For some people feel like you don't have the time. You have nothing but time here. That's what you came here to do. If you get on that life path and you're doing what you're supposed to do, I promise you other things are going to start working out financially. The divine will just set things up for you in this universe. It's happening in my life at this time. Like, this is a very trying time in my life for me spiritually, because I'm growing so much just within myself. I don't feel scrutiny from others. 77 as I look up, 7 people watching and 7 likes. Thank you for anybody who's in here and liked. I really love and appreciate you guys. I didn't have anything to lose, by getting on here and speaking with you guys. And you're going to find people just like yourselves, how loving you guys are to me, and how supportive and how caring, and just what you guys share with me. When you tell me that resonated, do you know how happy that makes me, that I could align with somebody, that God used me, that He put me in a place to be able to share something, is absolutely the best feeling in the world. I get something out of this in such an energetic way, and I know that you guys do too, and that's what we're here to do. What did he say in here? Mary was the vehicle for the I wanted to say Magdalene. Called it Mandala, I think. A powerful feminine force that renders all beings equal and helps the world see that the voice of the feminines are not only important, but the sacred voice that can save the world from ruin. And in ancient times, women are who, they were the creators. They were the ones that a lot of things got brought to. The men were the muscle. I want to pull a Moon's card. When can we expect to see, for who this is meant for, a powerful change? And you know what? The other day I said, think of a question, and I was going to pull a card. I totally got sidetracked when I rewatched my live. So while I'm doing this, why don't you guys ask a question, and I'm going to pull my answer deck, and we'll get an answer for you guys. And it could be anything. I feel like there is a lot of people that are going to be moving into some spirituality and kind of wondering what that will look like, and whether it's cards or reading shells or just a podcast or whatever it might look like for you. Reiki, psychology, a counselor. What is this going to look like for the collective? Holy Spirit, holy angels. When is the time frame that we're going to start seeing a shift in seeding this feminine energy to keep this world from the ruin, and to us to let go of these blockages and build this deeper trust within ourselves? When will we see it at its max capacity, or start to come through for some? Wow, that came out so fast. Believe in the impossible. The blue moon. Once in a blue moon. I actually want to say that that's in September. I'm not sure this year though. If somebody wants to look that up and put it in the chat, I'll have to remember to put it in the comments, or I'll just read it out loud for whoever watches later. Believe in the impossible. I heard look at the bottom of the deck. Your commitment is being tested, the first quarter moon, which will be coming up here in the next couple weeks. As you were. When it will be the next, we're at a full moon, the first quarter moon. So we have about, what would that be? A month and a half. It takes up 28 days for it to go back down to nothing and then to rebuild again. So we're looking at like, I'm hearing 40 days and 40 nights. Your commitment is being tested. That's all it is, man. It's stepping out, and that's the commitment. It's like, are you a warrior of Christ? Are you a part of the light army? Oh shit, August 19th, the blue moon. Wow. That's actually the day that my husband's best friend shot himself in the head. Yeah, so 8/19's been a hard day around here since 2022 because of it, you know. They're all veterans, so they deal with the suicidal stuff, but that's very special. Maybe that'll be a breakthrough for him. The end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. That's for somebody. I do the same, but I would have been out. I would have been out there standing outside hoping it flew out already. That's so funny. Tanya, totally, you just said that. I've so been in that type of a situation too for years. The abusive situations, Portuguese, those are. We took our power back though, man, you know, and we went through that to share that with somebody else. I truly believe that. Tanya says, sorry to leave the live, but I have to run. I will catch the rest on replay. Take care, everyone. Thank you for the message, Casey. You're so welcome. Thank you for joining me. Essie and Melissa, you guys both answer. I love you guys. You guys are always so awesome to me. Alright, I'm going to go spend some time. Actually, I have to record 2 more personal readings, and then I will be getting off of here. I might only just get 1 done. I want to be able to go enjoy part of the day. If not, I can just get it done in the morning whenever Spirit leads me to do that. So I'll let you guys know I love you. Thank you so much for being a part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of yours. Oh my gosh, I almost didn't pull the numbers. 444. Protection. Get ready for good things you've been hoping for. You were born for a higher calling. Put your energy into going towards your ambitions, and the universe will align itself to provide you with the right people, circumstances, and resources to make things happen. Guys, did that not sum up the whole read? 444. You are protected. You are loved. Archangel Michael, I call on you to close out the gates. I want to close any portals I may have opened, any attachments to myself or anything that may have attached to my listeners. I demand, declare, and decree that no weapons will be formed against us. And that was so interesting the way that burned out right now. We are powerful beings and we are protected. I cut away any energetic cords that may have been formed to me through any phone portals. Portals that may have opened lower vibrational deities or energies. I am completely protected, and so are my listeners, and I declare that with the power within me. So mote it be. I return my any energy that does not belong to me back to where it came from with love and light, and I take back my energy as well and call back my power. So mote it be. Barake o te ashake te pote ananaye, te tututi karapate te manani ashikiriata. Dashakate aye manaye kete apayataya. So mote it be. Hot Rod, it should be up for replay. I'm going to upload it. I'm sorry you missed it. I got on here a little earlier. It was like a last minute thing. Melissa, I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for being a part of my channel. Taylor, I love you too. Thank you guys. You are my family, and I'm so grateful. For anybody that watches this on the replay, I do offer personal readings. It is a personalized video. They are anywhere from about 30 minutes to an hour long. They've been going longer lately, my guides, and I work simultaneously with your guides. I do not divination spy. What I read on is the evolution of your soul and things that your higher self wants you to know at this time. Um, I have done quite a few readings over the last week, and I have gotten so many emails back about how grateful that they were. And we've had some grandmas come through, and some powerful spirit guides that I've been able to share messages with and how to work with them. So I never really know what comes out. All you do is set an intention with me of what you want what you want to ask your guides. A lot of, really, a lot of the people that have requested just says whatever comes out. And I think that's because that I've gained a lot of trust, and my gifts kind of work in crazy ways. So what needs to come out will come out. But if you want it love focused, whatever, we'll touch on that for you. Whatever you need for the highest good of all, I will read on. My email is angeldynasty, all lowercase, the number 33 at gmail.com. Any information you want for me is in my description box. If you feel like donating to my channel, my Cash App is underneath the description box as well. Thank you guys for everybody who's donated and purchased reads from me. It helps me to be able to do this and not have to go do roofing right now. So I really appreciate that because it is some hot, poopy weather out there. Anyways, I love you guys. Peace out. Share, like, subscribe, help a girl out. Thank you.